My name is Sherry Spellwoman, and this is my week 5 activities video number 3, which is pages 179 through 181 in our practical critical thinking workbook. And yeah, this is our officer on duty evaluation of arguments. And the very first one gave me a bit of a struggle because this says the weatherman said on television that it's going to rain today, so it will rain today. So in trying to evaluate whether it's deductive or inductive, the strict necessity of the language, which is our strongest indicator of the type of argument it is, makes me think it's a deductive argument. The inferential relationship between the premise and conclusion is very strong. It says it will rain today. So that would make it a deductive argument, and it would be invalid because weathermen are not always correct. There's a high % chance of that being wrong. That's and is the premise true? No, the weatherman said it would be sunny and warm all day. So it's invalid, and the premise is false, even though the invalidity, because it's invalid argument, you don't even have to interpret the truth of the premises, but that makes it an unsound argument. However, because it is an argument based on a authority figure, somebody who's an authority on weather is telling you about the weather, so that makes it an inductive type of argument. That's the form. So if you were going to analyze it as inductive, it still would be a weak argument because, like I said, weathermen are not 100% true. If it had said it will probably rain today, then it would be a strong inductive argument, but it doesn't say that. So that makes it weak. And again, the premise is false. Key evidence is that the weatherman said it would be sunny and warm all day, so it's not cogent. But I do believe it's a deductive argument anyways. Either way, unsound or not cogent. So the next one is about the Olympic gold athletes are amazing. Franklin and Schmidt won 5 gold medals. It follows that Franklin and Allison are amazing athletes. So again, this is a deductive argument. It's making a very strong inferential relationship between the premise and the conclusion, and the the type of argument, or the category of argument, is categorical because these women are both in the category of gold medalists. The premises are true, and so the argument is sound. Mark is an introvert, so Mark is a person who likes to be the life of the party. Now, this is a deductive argument, and the form is argument from definition. Mark is an introvert, so introvert means he likes to be the life of the party. However, it's invalid because that is an invalid definition. So that is an unsound argument. We don't even have to examine whether it's true or false. Although Mark is an introvert is true. Number 4. So I guess you could say that the premise is true. Either Wookiees are large, hairy, primate-like creatures, or Wookiees are frog dogs. Wookiees are not frog dogs, therefore Wookiees are large, hairy, primate-like creatures. So this is a deductive argument, and the form is a disjunctive syllogism. The logic is valid, and the premises are true, so it's a sound argument. Okay, Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of Great Britain, so she must be a citizen of Ireland. I would say this is a deductive argument because must be a citizen of Ireland, well, is a very strong inferential relationship. However, it's invalid because it's also false. And that makes it an unsound argument. Okay. Gellhorn, Colvin, all of these, there are 9 famous accomplished war correspondents, and since they are all women, it follows that women can make excellent war correspondents. So this is an inductive argument, I am saying, because of the inferential relationship. It means that women can make, it doesn't mean they always make excellent war correspondents. It's not always true. And also the form of the argument, it's telling you that there are 9 out of 9 examples when this category is true. So it follows that this category of women can make excellent war correspondents. That would be a categorical syllogism. Actually, now I think about it, categorical syllogism is deductive, I think. But the fact, yeah, categorical syllogism is a deductive argument. However, it says it follows that women can make excellent war correspondents, and the inferential relationship is the most important clue. So I still believe it's inductive. It is strong because the examples are 9 out of 9, and the premises are all true. Does not ignore key evidence, so it's a cogent argument. Okay, McCartney claims that the tune of Yesterday was just there one morning and he woke up dreaming of that song being played. So the song probably did come to him in a dream. So probably did come to him in a dream. Again, that language is not guaranteed language that the argument is true, so it has to be an inductive argument. It is strong, the logic is strong, the premises are true, key evidence that requires a different conclusion is not ignored, and so that is cogent. And lastly, 4 cherry pies I bought from this restaurant were fabulous, so the next cherry pie I buy will be fabulous too. So this is a predictive inductive argument, saying that 4 out of 4 pies were amazing, so the next one will be amazing. I would say that's strong. It's 100%. It's not a very big set of data. It's only 4 pies, but the fact that they've all been good, I think, is a pretty strong indication that that prediction will be true. It's not 100% guaranteed. Are the premises true? Yes. Did ignore key evidence? No. So I believe that that is also a cogent argument. So this was a fun exercise and in critical thinking and how to evaluate arguments. I am going to be teaching third graders, so I think that this type of exercise would be great to use in my classroom. It would be age-appropriate material. These are the type of critical thinking exercises we call scenario analysis, which is the best for beginning critical thinking exercises because it's less confronting than asking students to investigate their own thinking, their own assumptions and biases. And I think the way I would handle this type of lesson in my classroom would be to give a couple scenarios, maybe 3 different scenarios. And first we would discuss something specific we wanted to evaluate about the arguments. Probably not all of these things at once, but maybe we would just try to evaluate the evidence. Is it strong or weak? Maybe we would start with that, and I would give them a few examples and have them work independently and then work in partners and then share with the whole group. This type of critical thinking comes under the tradition of analytic philosophy and logic that is most influential in the United States. I think that this would be a great way to teach critical thinking in school. It's usually not attached to a particular political viewpoint. We can teach students to become skillful in constructing and deconstructing arguments. It's important to teach students how to recognize logical fallacies, how to distinguish between bias and fact, opinion and evidence, how to judge the validity and credibility of facts and premises, how to become skilled at using different types of reasoning, inductive, deductive, formal, informal, analytical, etc. See, what else was I going to mention? Oh, so this is a way for me as a teacher to teach my students to gather and organize data, explicitly assess the significance of information and clues, consider implications and consequences, state things clearly, and especially test and check for accuracy. So I can see this type of lesson in a more simplified version to be something fun to teach my third graders.